So I've already taken the liberty of taking all the panels and fairings and everything off, just so I can get a better idea of anything that might be wrong. And so far I've found a bit, but nothing too bad. So for a start, the sort of mud guard on the rear is missing. You can see the bolt holes for it. There's also no chain guard. You can see where the bolts of that are. I mean, corrosion, it's a little bit loose, not quite sure why. This, absolutely no idea what that's for, but it was just there. This I think is the funny part. So you can see, I'm guessing there used to be clamps that held the top of the air filter box together. He's obviously lost them, so you can actually see the residue of where he's used duct tape to seal the air filter box. Well done, fella. And you might not be able to see, but this front brake is absolutely seized solid, which is why I had to carry the bike in here. But I mean, obviously corrosion on the engine, I'd sort of expect that. I need to get rid of this Micron exhaust that came up on a previous MOT as too loud. Oh, throttle. I'm not sure whether he did that to disable the bike so it couldn't be stolen, but it is just absolutely in pieces. Not only is it in pieces, there's actually two, I think there's meant to be two halves with two cables going to the two separate throttle bodies in there. There's one cable. Obviously the battery's been removed. It's a bit dirty, there's a lot of spiders, but other than that, I mean, the frame looks good. There's no cracks in it. It's pretty clean. The only damage that I found to the frame is there's a little dent there with a bit of surface corrosion and a little bit of surface corrosion there. Although the front brakes are seized solid, they've actually still got pressure, and so as the back brake. So, oh well, they're being rebuilt, but yeah, right. Let's keep stripping it to pieces. The last tax disc, 29th of February 2012. Wow. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, absolutely solid. Somehow the disc has survived though, so I'm guessing it's stainless steel. Let's see the difference between the right front caliper, which is obviously destroyed, or pads were, and the left front caliper. Oh, I can already tell it's loose. I'm guessing a little bit. Yeah, even the bolts aren't as corroded. You can still see the galvanising on them. But come on. But yeah. Oh wow. They are a bit oily. But it doesn't really matter. But yeah, there's a huge difference between the left side and the front side. One, I'm guessing just had water pouring into it for years and just seized. But it doesn't really matter, it's not the end of the world. I'm going to rebuild the calipers anyway. I want to get rid of these braided lines because I'm not a fan of having braided lines on a motorbike. In a car it's not so bad, they tend to be a lot longer. But if you have braided lines on a motorbike, it's great for everyday use, but when you have an emergency and you slam the brakes on, there's absolutely no give in the lines and you will just lock the brakes up. Well, especially on this, I can pick this bike up, but it's got 2 front discs, which is, it's just absolutely beyond me. But anyway, right, let's take some other stuff off. See, it's another example that, although the last owner, the one that gave it to me, didn't look after the bike, the previous owner did. Everything is covered in copper slip, which is always a good sign that at least somebody has looked after it. See what I mean? Straight out. Spoke too soon. Oh. That's almost there. Yeah. See the difference? So I mentioned that the air filter box had duct tape sealing it. Not quite sure how he managed to get that in there, but I took it off a second ago and found out that absolutely nothing was holding it on, which basically means, yeah, I mean, you can, the amount of dirt, let me just get a torch in there. All that dirt in that air filter box was just being sucked straight into the engine. Nothing on the magnetic pickup, so that's good. That's good news. So I've taken a liberty off camera just to sort of get a lot of the boring components off, things like the wiring loom, get everything labelled up. So when it comes to the time I have to put it back together, it's not a guessing game. And I've also got pictures of every stage and everything you take off. It's always good to take at least 1 or 2 angles of photos. drained the oil from the engine already, just to sort of make it a little bit lighter. But to be fair, the good news, I don't know if you can see that, but it has a magnetic pickup on the end, and there's no sort of meaty bits on it, which is usually a good sign that there's no catastrophic failure, or at least, yeah. Got the oil cooler off. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I don't actually have a workshop built at the minute. I'm in the, well, it's a nice shed, but it's my garden shed. So all I have is a 20-year-old socket set, a couple of hand tools. So I don't have a jack or anything, or any motorbike stands or anything to play with the bits. So I'm hoping what I do have is a log. So I'm going to try and place the log underneath the engine to support the weight of it. I'm probably going to have to lift the bike up a little bit, unbolt the engine, and when it's supported by the log and the frame's loose, I'm literally just going to try and lift the frame of the bike off by hand, and hopefully that works. So yeah, let's finish taking the rest of the bits off. See that? You can see with just dirt was going past it. I mean, look how dirty the air filter is. And it's just, I don't know if you can see that, but the amount of dirt, anyway. Try and get this out. So I didn't actually know that the rear swing arm was attached to the engine and not the frame. But to be fair, the log seems to be doing pretty well. So, right, let's get the engine bolts out and hopefully we didn't break anything. Okay, I think that's enough for one day. The bike's pretty much in pieces. I need to have a hell of a clear up. As you can see, there's a lot of shit on the floor. And then I need to get ready to have a look at the fuel system, the engine, the bodywork, and then the frame, because apparently some of these suffer from cracks. But to be fair, from what I've seen so far, it looks okay. But anyway, yeah, thank you for watching. See you in the next video.